I'm Andrew Yang, candidate for president in 2020, and you're watching Movers and Shakers Unlimited, the New York Comic Con 2018.
What's up, guys? I'm here at 2018 New York Comic Con, and I'm here with presidential candidate Andrew Yang. How's it going?
Hey, man. It's great to see you.
You too. So tell me, here we are, day one of Comic Con. You're only a couple of hours in. How has it been so far?
It brings me back because I was a real comic book nerd growing up.
Right.
And now I've got little sons, one's 5, one's 3. And I came in here and just thought to myself, one, as a kid, I would have loved to have been here, just like mind blown. And two, I'm going to bring my kids here a little bit later this weekend. So like putting myself in their shoes, I'm like super excited for it.
Okay, well, speaking of that, because I understand that you're big into Star Trek, you're a Trekkie, and you're also in the Marvel as well. So is there anything specific that you're looking to, not just for yourself, but you just mentioned your kids as well, that you're looking to, check out this week?
Well, I just got to get them into comic books the way I was into it. Because I remember some of my most vivid childhood memories are getting those Marvel comics in the mail wrapped in those brown pieces of paper.
Right.
You remember? I don't know if you got them too, and you get them, and then you were like, "Ooh, which one is this?" Because you're never really quite sure which one it is, and you take it out.
Right.
And I had an older brother too. And so my hope is that I can just expose them to whatever is going to get their hooks into them, where they'll actually like become fans and stick with it. Because right now, unfortunately, we're in an age where you have to beat out the iPad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like when I was growing up, comic books were the iPad. If you know what it is, like you get it, and that was like such an incredible escape. And it's sort of upsetting as a parent where you see your kids and like they just get attracted to the phones and the screen time.
Yeah, so that's actually a great transition into one of the main points that you have for your campaign is the idea of how technology is kind of like taking over and it's replacing human beings. So can you comment on that, and also one of the major things that you are have going, which is UBI, and where that was inspired from?
All right, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. I've worked in technology, business, and education for the last 20 years or so. And to me, it's very clear that the reason why Donald Trump is our president today, unfortunately, is that we got rid of 4 million manufacturing jobs in the Midwest and the South due to not immigrants, not globalization even, but it's technology. And so if you go into a factory today, you'll see that it's just row after row of like giant machines, like putting things together, and just a small handful of humans. And so what happened to manufacturing is about to happen to retail. 30% of malls are going to close. Call center jobs, truck driving and transportation. I mean, driving a truck's the most common job in 29 states. And engineers of Silicon Valley think that we can have self-driving trucks on the highways in the next 5 to 10 years. So think about what that's going to mean. So we need to get with a program and accelerate our society to a point where we're all sharing in the incredible advances from these new technologies. And the way to do that, as you suggested, is universal basic income, which I've rebranded the Freedom Dividend because it tests better with more people if it's called the Freedom Dividend. So every American adult gets $1,000 a month, free and clear. That means you too. Every American adult gets $1,000 a month, paid for by a new tax that falls on the companies that are benefiting most from automation. Because if you think about it, what's the oil of today? The oil is artificial intelligence, data, self-driving cars and trucks, and we need to share those gains, because right now those gains are going to go just to a handful of companies like Amazon and Google and Uber, and not to the rest of us. And so we need to change that and then make it so that you and me and everyone watching this getting $1,000 a month, that would really take the edge off. It would effectively help Americans pay their bills and meet our basic needs. And you know what else it would do? It would be an incredible catalyst to entrepreneurship, creativity, the arts, because you can imagine how many new exciting projects Americans would take on if we were all getting $1,000 a month. And that's what we can make real by 2021 if I'm president.
Okay, all right. Now, on a separate note, I didn't even comment on this, so we were just talking comics. And I've actually mentioned this to other people that I've talked with and who I'll continue to talk with this week, this idea that comics are a lot more, mainstream now than perhaps they were maybe a decade ago. So how weird is that? I mean, it's weird for me, but I just, for someone else as well.
Well, I think a lot of it's just because special effects got advanced enough where you can actually have good movies. Because they tried to make like Spider-Man movies and Hulk movies and Fantastic Four movies when we were like young, and those things were terrible. It's like they were like comically bad. And so when technology advanced to a point where you could make cool movies, then the culture became much more mainstream, and now freaking Disney owns like half of it. It's like Marvel and Star Wars. So the mainstreaming of geek culture, like, I mean, it's exciting for me because like the first time I sat there and watched like X-Men and Iron Man on a big screen, I was like, oh my gosh, if 10-year-old me could see this stuff right now, like shoot. But the hope is that we can take the values of like comic book and geek culture and like apply it to real life, because right now our country is not doing well, and we need to push our entire society forward. And that's why I'm here at Comic-Con campaigning for president here, is because I feel like people who are fans of comic books and science fiction and everything else can envision a better world, and that's where we need to go.
Gotcha. Well, Andrew, thank you so much for your time.
Pleasure, man. It's great being
Appreciate
here.
it. There you guys have it, 2018 New York Comic Con.
Yang2020.com. Let's make it real, people.
I'll see you soon.